Well, thank you very much, Councilmember Katz. And this is something that has been something we've been involved in for a few years now, which is to ensure that our students have a voice when it comes to caring about things in their community, and that we recognize that voice and recognize the importance of it by lifting it up to be a part of our Montgomery County Council for a day. Something in which my office, in conjunction with council staff, did a great job of coming up with the Council Member for a Day program. And we've seen such great young individuals who have shown a light in terms of the voices that need to be heard in our community. And as we look at the racial unrest that we have here in this country right now, in the young voices that are a part of that discussion, the sea of change that we see happening from young people realizing the part that they play in terms of changing the world, it really is exciting to be able to highlight this. And I really want to thank every single one of my council colleagues for their great support of this program. Each and every year, we see that our students get stronger and stronger and their voices are louder and louder. And we see the great things that they are accomplishing once they've gone beyond Council Member for a Day. And really, our day is a spotlight on the great things that they're able to do and accomplish, the great things that they are doing in their community each and every day because they care. And I think that it's a great time for us to really look at re-envisioning the Council Member for a Day. So I'm putting that teaser out there. There's some very exciting things that are going to be happening in the future with the Council Member for a Day program. And I couldn't be more proud, but our commitment to making sure that the voices of our youth are heard, that they're lifted up, that people realize what it means to be a leader and how they can do this and how it's attainable really matters a lot. I will just say one little plug for my young men out there. I've had multiple council members for a day now and still haven't had a young man. So I'm putting the challenge out there this year. Fellas, we need to step it up. And I'm very excited, but it should become as no surprise that women are certainly leading the way. I'm led at my house by my women. So I certainly understand how that goes. So with that, Mr. Katz, or President Katz, I think that we have, I'm not sure if Ms. Avanla, who is yes, I see her. She was our most recent council member for a day. She can tell you about all the great things that are going on. It is absolutely amazing and so exciting, but I'll let her tell the story. So let me turn it over to our reigning council member for a day, Ms. Ajo Avanla.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties with my camera, but my camera is having a couple problems. Sorry about that. But I am so honored to see you all again. I thoroughly enjoyed my time in the Council Member for a Day program. It showed me a lot and it gave me an introduction to public policy. And I'm really grateful for that because it showed me that I'm never too young to use my voice. For my application essay, I had written about the implications of youth vaping, and I was also working with the Gandhi Brigade Youth Media Project at the time to produce a documentary on it. So I guess you could say I was pretty dedicated to the cause, and it struck me as a pressing public policy issue because everywhere I turned, I saw peers becoming lab rats to the substance, and I knew it wasn't right. But I also wasn't alone. That night that I found out I won, Councilmember Rice had shared that there were actually several essays that addressed youth vaping. And the council let it be known that our voices were heard when they passed Bill 3219, restricting vape access for minors. So to say I was a part of that is such a big deal because it goes to show what happens when you speak up. So since then, I've continued to use my voice in a lot of different ways, including, but definitely not limited to, um, running a startup last year known as Pouchful to raise awareness for climate change through the sale of our eco-friendly lunch bags. We've now liquidated, but we donated 10% of our proceeds to the Environmental Defense Fund. I was on the SMOB Advisory Council where I advocated for the integration of more farm students in higher income schools with the redistricting taking place for the construction of the new Seneca Valley High School. I'm the editor in chief of Black Gems magazine, which gives more women of color like myself a platform to raise their voices. And then I raised my voice quite literally when it comes to oratory. I'm the two-time local gold medalist for the NAACP's AXO program, the winner of the local Blacks in Government oratory competition, where I discussed how an inclusive immigration policy would bring unity to the United States, and CBS Baltimore's Black History Oratory Competition. And most recently, I was featured in Refinery 29 and interviewed by Nickelodeon for my views on being a first-time voter. Voting on November 3rd is just one of the many ways I plan to continue using my voice. And I hope to all the future council members that they won't stop here, but continue using their voices as well, because this program helped me realize how powerful mine is, especially when we come together. Thank you.
Joe, no, thank you. That is incredible. And again, I hope to my colleagues certainly highlights what is there about making sure that this program can, again, lift up leaders in our community. I am so delighted to hear that everything that's happened, and I look forward to seeing what more lies ahead, because I know, Joe, your future is bright. So with that, Mr. President, we can go ahead and start the video. But I have to honestly say, I think that Joe probably took the cake, but the video's good.
My name is Arvin Kim, and the most important issue to me is equity. I am a firm believer in equality of opportunity and that everyone, despite their background, identity, or socioeconomic status, should have the chance to make it far. Being a student in such a diverse county, equitable education is something that I strongly support. Disparity is very present, and more equitable systems can be put in place in every aspect of our education. There is no issue more pressing than the deep disparity that is faced today.
Hi, my name is Queen Tamaklo, and I'm a student at Northwest High School. I decided to apply for the Councilmember for a Day contest because I wanted to speak on the issue of ESOL students not being able to partake in any honors or AP classes. In my opinion, no one should be denied a higher education because English does not happen to be their first language. These students can do so much more. They have so much potential, and it's our job to give them a chance to prove to us who they are.
Hi, my name is Espirito, and I'm thankful to be selected as finalist for the Councilmember for a Day challenge. I applied to this challenge to discuss about the vulnerable homeless population during COVID-19, propose solutions such as free COVID testing, and full-scale cleanings of shelters to make them safe for trustworthy environments. Thankfully, the council acted accordingly and helped improve the lives of many. Moving forward, I just ask that they continue to invest in more sanitary supplies such as gloves and masks for these shelters in order to improve the lives further.
Hi, my name is Capano. I applied to be council member for the day in order to raise awareness about the importance of school diversity and possibly influence students within Montgomery County to be more open-minded towards their peers. Richmond Montgomery High School is filled with so many students of all kinds of races and ethnicities. Being a part of such a diverse school, I've experienced countless amount of benefits that comes with this opportunity. I believe that it is crucial for every student within Montgomery County to be aware of what all a diverse community can offer them.
Hi, my name is Finley Skurlock, and I wrote a paper about the public policy issue of education and how we can reform the system. I am passionate about this issue because from a young age I've never been challenged in school, and I've always also thought that teachers are not paid enough and they work very hard. So I wanted to, as well as I've also been bullied a lot in school, and I wanted to write a paper about that to help our government reform the system and make change happen.
Hi guys, my name is Andrea and I'm currently a senior at James River Lake High School. I never thought I'd be honored to be part of this contest, but thankfully I made it and someone got to hear my voice, and that just means so much to me, being able to talk about the Black community and everything that's been going on, including with Corona. So it's really, it means a lot that someone heard me and that other people should definitely sign up for this because you never know. So one word can change our whole life.
Hello, my name is Emery Cole and I am a junior at Payne Branch High School. I entered a Councilmember for a Day contest to express my knowledge and my concern on the topic of gerrymandering. I feel that gerrymandering can heavily impact the citizenship and voter participation in our elections, which can impact the country as a whole.
Hello, my name is Denise Ramirez Cisneros, and I'm a senior at Northwood High School. I decided to apply for Councilmember for a Day challenge because I felt that it was a great way to advocate for issues I'm passionate about, one of them being immigration reform. As a daughter of immigrant parents, I have felt firsthand the challenges that come with being an immigrant in America, which is why I constantly try and advocate and help run a student-led advocacy group called FAIR, standing for Fans of Asylum and Immigration Reform, in which we try and fight for reform of human detention centers and asylum policy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alan Gutierrez, and I'm a senior at Paint Branch High School in Montgomery County, Maryland. The issue I wrote about in the Montgomery County Councilmember for a Day challenge was universal health care. I believe universal health care is a right for humans regardless of socioeconomic status. We live in a country where we have the resources to be able to provide not only health care, but a good, high-quality health care for all, regardless of their membership in a privatized system.
Hi, my name is Samuel Lee, and the reason I entered the Councilmember for a Day competition was because I thought this was a good chance to speak out on an issue I'm concerned about and propose solutions to the council to resolve this issue in the community. The issue I highlighted in my essay was that the middle class of all ranges was not getting enough COVID-19 relief, and that there should be more relief programs and compensation for all the hard workers and risk takers in the workforce.
Hi, my name is Nancy Vogo, and I applied for the Councilmember for a Day challenge. I wrote my essay on racial inequality in education, specifically the effects of systemic racism on the achievement gap between Black and white children. I applied to this competition because I thought it was a good way to showcase and advocate for an issue that I felt was very important to me. It allowed me to shed light on an issue that I felt like local government could address or take care of.
Hi, my name is Pranav Kimono, and the reason I applied for the contest was because I thought it was a way that I could give my opinion and thoughts on issues that I felt were important to me. And the issue that I highlighted in my essay was non-citizens getting a chance to vote.
I'm Daniela Perez, a senior at Northwest High School in Germantown, Maryland, as well as an active leader and intern for the Minority Scholars Program. I wrote my Councilmember for a Day essay on the lack of policy and structure for disciplinary conducts in school, with a sub-focus on the inequality and disparities.
My name is Divya Bhatt, and I participated in the Councilmember for a Day contest because I wanted to get more involved with local politics. I chose to write about the ongoing opioid epidemic. Current efforts to mitigate the crisis focus on rehabilitation and the administration of naloxone, also known as Narcan, the antidote. I believe that local governments should strengthen the existing prescription drug monitoring program to collect more data on risk groups, which would allow doctors to make safer choices when prescribing.
My name is Jackie Kemi. I'm a junior in Northwest High School in Germantown. The reason why I applied for Councilmember Day is that a very close friend inspired me, and also because I saw in her a connection we shared about public policy issues, which is something that cannot be changed overnight. For changes to happen, we need to speak out and let other people out there hear our voices.
Hi, my name is Evelyn Choi, and I am a sophomore attending James Hubert Blake High School. I applied for the Craig Rice contest because I was interested in perhaps pursuing a political career in my future. I take interest in current global and local social issues and want to highlight one that I believe to be especially critical for today's audience. School shootings are an issue faced by an abundant amount of young people in K-12 schools all over the country. I hope that my local leaders can achieve precautions such as increased mental health attention in schools in order to prevent these occurrences in the future.
My name is Mudia Ihile, and I applied for the Councilmember for a Day contest because I saw this as a way to present an issue I found in my community and specifically my school. The issue that I presented was on mental health in youth and schooling, and how we can better improve the resources and support we have for our students to make school a more welcoming and inviting place to study and thrive in. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Angela DiBari and I'm a freshman at Good Counsel High School. I applied for Council Member of the Day to understand the role and how it helps people in our community. The issue I chose is college tuition and how everyone should be able to go without getting in a lot of debt.
Wow. I hope my colleagues are as impressed as I was. I really first want to thank Sonia Healy, Juan Hovel, and Mershai Salou, as well as Susan Kennedy and Mike Springer for all of their support, as well as my entire staff, my chief of staff, Sharon Ledner, my other staff members, Rose Taylor, Daniela Moya-Gaber, and Kristen Tribble, who have contributed to making sure that this program is what it is, which is absolutely phenomenal. What we decided to do this year, you'll notice a little different, is recognize everyone. We are in the midst of COVID, and so because of that, we decided to do things a little bit differently, recognizing that folks didn't have to do this. But you heard some of the voices and talk about the empowerment that they felt by being able to make sure that people heard them, that people saw their stories. We will be sharing all of these with each and every one of you. I encourage you to lift them up. If you are a district council member, I encourage you to reach out to these young individuals because they are our future leaders. They are the ones who are, and to our at-large members, obviously, but they are certainly going to be showcasing the great way in which we can continue to strive and thrive as a community. And so with that, I really just want to say thank you. I am so proud of the great work that each of these individuals did in making sure that their voices were heard and that their issues were addressed. And so really, again, want to thank Ms. Ivanla, our reigning council member for a day, now usurped by tons of council members for a day, more joined than I say you should usurp. But certainly, I know that she welcomes them with open arms, and it certainly is going to continue to be a collective body that is going to make some great things happen in our world. And so really just want to say congratulations to all of them for all of their great work. And I turn it back over to you, Mr. President. Thank you so much, Joe. It was great to see you.
Thank you.
Please, I didn't mean to interrupt you. If I could ask all of my colleagues to please turn their videos back on, and so that we can actually show that we are applauding Joe, please, all of us. And we also applaud everybody who, I think it was 18, if my numbers were right, 18 people who have I guess are finalists for the council member for a day. And I have to tell you, sure, please.
Can I just say just one quick thing? And again, the important part about this is that this was incredibly challenging with school being in and out, all of those kinds of things. So there was so much on their minds to really have them devote their time to do this and to make this happen just really raises it to another level. And so that just can't be said enough. And it's the reason why we decided not to pick a sole winner, because I really feel in this moment, we need to lift them all up as winners. And did just want to highlight, I want you to pay attention, look at the makeup. That looked like Montgomery County. That was not something we picked, right? That was what happened, right? We don't see race. We don't see any of those kinds of things when folks write their essays and those kinds of things. That's what happens, right? When you give people in your community the chance to have their voices heard. So let me just say again, I couldn't be more proud, not only of the fact of the great work, but also how those folks came out in terms of what we saw with the diversity of the council members for a day.
And you took the words out of my mouth. It is so very impressive. Not only were the diversity of the people who were involved, but for the diversity of the topics. I mean, they pretty much, they are listening, and we obviously are listening to them and need to continue to listen to them. And just as one last note, I do think that my colleagues and I need to, and I think Joe would agree with this as well, we need to applaud a fellow by the name of Councilmember Craig Rice for doing this, for working on this, and continuing to make certain that our Education and Culture Committee realizes all about our young people. So please join me.